Today I'm going to show you how I create baby books for my kids' first year.
So I have made a baby book for each child. I feel like in that first year, so much changes, and I wanted to be sure to document it, even though I'm so busy as a mom of three. This was something that was on my priority list, and in order to get it done, I had to kind of simplify it, and I want to share with you how I did that. I made them all the same way using Shutterfly. And the process really began on my cell phone. So basically, once my baby was born, I, every couple of months, maybe every 3 months, would go through the photos that I had taken of them. And I would put my favorites into a folder on my phone that was entitled, for instance, Georgia's First Year. I knew that at the end of the year, I wouldn't have to go back through all of these photos I had taken and kind of start from scratch. So my goal was by the end of the year to have a full folder of photos of that child that I could then upload to Shutterfly. It took me a little bit of trial and error to find a company that made it really easy to upload from your phone. And what I ended up doing was from that folder on my phone, I put those pictures of that child's first year into a Google Photos app so that they were all there. And then from there, Shutterfly makes it really easy to pull from your Google Photos. The problem was when you get onto Shutterfly, you can't pull from a folder of photos on your phone. So you're left going through a year's worth of photos. So the easiest way that I had all the photos I needed in one spot and could pull from a folder where it was really organized was to use Google Photos. So that is what I did. So all my photos were ready. Then I found a template for each kid that I really liked. My son kind of kicked things off as the oldest. His is also the largest because I had a lot more time before the second child was born. But once there were multiples, everyone's got a little shorter. But that's okay. My goal was just to kind of get the memories in there and do it simply. If I kind of thought too much about it and made it too difficult, it just wasn't going to get done. So done is better than perfect in my book. So for my son, I put his full name, I put his birthday on the front, I put the time he was born, and his stats, kind of his size and his length. My goal with each child's book is not to document every single thing we did in that first year. That just gets overwhelming. And I don't do a whole lot of captions either. Blake probably has the most since he was the firstborn. But what I like to do is just to kind of put a couple of things in the book that are unique to that child that I really want to make sure they remember and get to look back on when they're older. So for instance, my son has a habit of like doing this little scowl, and he's done it since he was really little. So I made sure that that was in this book. He gets that from me. I also, with every child, have tried to kind of capture the first smiles. Shutterfly has, you can pick the number of photos that you want on each page. So I would pick, okay, I'm gonna do 4 photos on this page, and I would just drag them right in. Shutterfly will also place them for you if you don't even want to place them. Included my pictures of each month for each kid, which kind of helps there to be a timeline in the book so you know kind of where you're at. I did find that doing like a full lead photo, which kind of takes up the full page, was a way to do it so it looks really nice aesthetically. So that was a goal of mine. For all 3 kids, I have some beautiful books that one day when they're adults, they can take and see what they were like as a baby, and you get to know them in that first year. So it was important for me to capture that. But as I said, in a simple way, so I would actually get it done and be able to get it done with multiple children running around. These books are a little bit more of an investment. My last book for my daughter was about 70 pages, which sounds like a lot, but honestly it was just throwing pictures in. And that was about $350. So it's an investment, but this is the only album that I do where it's printed nicely like this. Like I said in my last video, if you want to visit that, for their other years of their life, I just kind of print out a bunch of photos from that year and shove them in a really regular, cheap album, and they'll have that as well. So that is how I create my children's baby books.
Thank you for joining me. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks that you can use for your own albums to make the process simple and easy. You can find me over on Instagram at Mom Easier, and like I said, can visit my previous video to look at how I do the subsequent years. If you want to see more like this, you can subscribe for my videos on how to make motherhood a little bit easier. Until next time.